Please, please be a man and don't be presumptuous. I already know how to box. Okay? I know how to I know how to fight already. And if you don't understand what I'm doing, maybe you should actually ask questions instead of having a presumptuous opinion. The person doesn't even know what I'm doing, and he's actually seeing that. It's actually sad as a man to do that, if you want to call yourself a man. Yeah. When somebody sees somebody practicing, automatically they think they can't fight. Again, that is already something that a man doesn't do. Be presumptuous. Person's seen 2 minutes of my life and they think I can't wrestle, I can't fight. uh, Actually, you already did presume. You said please continue with this, but learn something. How do you know I didn't already learn something? Again, presumptuous and now a liar. That is something not right. My friend, go to TikTok. Your IQ level will be surely met there. Yeah. Monday. uh. Thank you guys for the likes. Appreciate it. No, inside here is marble, small marble. Okay, this is already a higher level. When you start with rice. If anybody is interested in starting iron palm, I have playlists on my channel, free playlists, you can go check it out. I show you how to start iron palm, and I show you also what is the significance, what is the science behind it. I explain more of it in the theory, in the Qigong playlist theories, okay? Because after this, I hit the stone. How's it going? Hello. I did Shaolin, but we used to words and kind of rolling pin, also a whip looking thing that upgraded to metal. Interesting. Interesting. The only thing I would say is be careful, because if the person you learn from doesn't do it, that's already a red flag. If they don't support or give you medicine for your hands, and even especially for iron, you need internal medicine to clear the pathways, okay? The blood vessels, the capillaries, make sure the blood and the chi are moving. You need that as well. Each element requires their own different herbal formulas, because each element resonates with a specific organ. What am I doing? I'm doing iron palm training, conditioning the hands. For example, I'm hitting right now, I told you guys I'm hitting marble, right? So it's small, it's a big bag, it's a big cotton bag. They call this a cotton pillow, filled with small pieces of marble. This is the marble here, let me see. Yeah, see? Small natural marble, to the point where it's one solid pack. We had like Tiger Balm. Interesting. Well, the Tiger Balm is only 3 ingredients, but I know what you mean, the sensation of the heat and warm. Just be careful, that's all I can say. We also learned certain forms of Qigong to heal. That's good. That's good. But as I was saying, the marble here is the stone or earth element. The mind is 2D. Exactly. Stay in 2D. Never go to 5D, my friend. You'll never handle that. The earth element is connected to your spleen. Okay? Just like the iron or metal is connected to your lungs. Each element affects a system in the body. Okay? I just mean because his name was 2D and he thinks this is useless. I told him to remain in 2D level. Yes, his name was 2D Mind. The mind is 2D. Okay. Yes, see, the thing is the vibration, I have one bag and then I have another bag, and then underneath I have bricks. But even below the bricks, it goes into this seat, which is a metal pole, and that's why you can hear the vibration. So that's how you know you're doing it right, and you're actually accumulating benefits, not just hitting something as people think it is, just hitting something, you know, just to hit it and get some conditioning. As you know, this is not just conditioning, this is energy training as well. Learning how to hit something very dense and hard and hit it through, so it goes through, not just to the surface. Yeah. You know your stuff as well, I can say. I want to ask, how long have you been training iron palm? How many years? I do iron body 20 years on and off, including first. Oh, so you do the small golden bell, and I assume the big golden bell, large golden bell as well. Those are lost arts, lost skills. I know the small golden bell, but you do iron body. So you do which one? Golden bell or iron shirt? I love when I meet these people that actually know what's going on. And not just fantasy. Yeah, you do the iron shirt. That's good. Very good. It takes a lot of discipline, man. Jiu-jitsu. Yeah, I like jiu-jitsu as well. But you have to understand there's also Chinna and what they call Xiao Shaolin wrestling as well. People don't know that in Kung Fu there's actually wrestling that goes back thousands of years. Doing the wrist. Sanda. Hapkido. I know of Hapkido. I've never trained Hapkido though. Yes. Thai boxing is amazing. The thing is with Thai boxing, people don't even know that Thai boxing comes from monkey boxing. Okay, because Muay Thai goes back to Muay Baran. Muay Baran goes back to Hanuman boxing, which is monkey. That's why they roll. They have the elbows. They have these other strikes, double uppercut. I already know wrestling, but thank you for your ignorance. Two thumbs up. That's what's wrong with the Gen Alpha. Gen Alpha. This guy's named after another person, Roberto Duran. Be original, my friend. Have your own name. Gen Z, Gen Alpha. Forget about it. I'm training Iron Palm. If you want to know more about it, check out my playlist. I have free videos on my playlist explaining the benefits and science behind it. No, I'm not talking to you, brother. I can tell that you're not Gen Alpha or Gen Z. Looks like kinda you're soft slapping a rock. Well, this is a slap, okay? This is a pump strike. Two different things. Okay, you can go, brother. I already explained it. There's your way out. I'm not trying to keep anyone on this live. Again, people don't know that it's not just about bone density. Bone density, those are secondary, third benefits. Grip strength, you can do many things for grip strength. One of the first things is you get a rice bucket that everyone knows. You do finger stabs to increase your density here. And you can stab and grab, pull. That's one of the basic things. Chi, blood flow, focus. Yes, those are all benefits, but again, the first benefit is fascia, muscle fascia. And for advanced levels of grip, you can have something like this. This is a tiger claw grip. You do your regular grips here, which is easy because I'm using my full force. The hard one is when I go here, like this, and you have to squeeze. And you're really training, okay, the animal grip. Dragon tiger claw. Alex Potan, I don't know who that person is. I don't watch MMA. Very sorry. I'm very sorry for that. And those are basic ways to increase your grip. What I'm doing is iron palm training. If you want to know more, Martin, go check out my playlist. I have free videos on my playlist. Much information there. Shaolin crap, that just shows me your ignorance. Please go to TikTok, my friend. Somebody says, how long have I been doing it? I've been doing martial arts for 13 years and iron palm for over 3 years, almost 4 years. Can you do spin kicks? I love a spinning hook kick. That's one of my favorite kicks. Spinning heel kick. Appreciate the likes, guys. Thank you. I'm from Canada. You know, you're not the first person to say that it's relaxing. It's interesting. A lot of people like this. And when I do this for an hour, it's like meditation. Yeah. How long in this section? Up to an hour. So every time I do this, it's generally 40 minutes to an hour. But again, if you want to know more about it, I always say check out my playlist. No, I didn't train in the Shaolin Temple in Canada. I believe there is no Shaolin Temple here. There's a lot of fraudulent Buddhist temples. But I started with Wing Chun, and then I went to kickboxing, Muay Thai boxing, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, sambo, and I finally learned monkey kung fu from Sifu Jiang Yushan and his other student as well, Mr. William. And this was done online because I already know how to fight, but I need the qigong, the breathing, the energy accumulation, the inner alchemy, and of course the iron palm instructions. We do the other wrist. I don't know if that's good for your bones or your MMA skills. Well, again, my friend, if you have no idea what iron palm is, conditioning, you don't know why people do knuckle push-ups on bricks, check out my playlist and you may find it insightful. Mr. Charlie, it's okay to come out, my friend. It's almost 2026, actually. Let me see. And of course, if you're just smashing it and you don't know what you're doing and you don't have the external rub, this will destroy your bones, your capillaries, your nerves, your tissue, of course. Yeah. I love the fact people needs to come here and get validation for themselves. This isn't MMA, this is raw Wing Chun style. Again, Mr. Noah, that is incorrect. Who told you to say that? Why do you feel you need to say that? This is not Wing Chun. Wing Chun doesn't have this. Where have you seen Wing Chun hit a granite stone? The farthest Wing Chun goes is a wooden dummy. I don't know who's telling you this stuff. Mr. Max, again, I'm so glad you feel validated. Maybe you can get a hug from Mama, seeing as you need one. And MMA, for the record, just means mixed martial art. It doesn't mean UFC. I'm sorry to break your, to your ego. This is MMA. This is mixed martial arts. Part of martial arts is conditioning. Oh my gosh. The ignorance of people is astounding. It's actually climatic. You need to do Tai Chi because all the AI ads are telling us to. Yeah, those AI ads are funny. Be sure to focus on your outer knuckle. Brother, I do. Everything is conditioned. Don't worry about the knuckles. The knuckles are the first thing to condition in martial arts. Thank you, Mr. Stu. I find the haters entertaining though. That's why sometimes I respond, sometimes I don't respond. Either way, people get mad when I don't respond either. You know, people make fun of this, but then it's like, hey, then they'll be like, hey, did you try the Soviet style push-ups where they alternate with the fingers, knuckles, boom, and the wrists, and then they'll call this stupid. That push-up is amazing for your outer frame. This is for the inside the frame, okay? The very inner frame, the fascia. Okay? Do I actually practice a martial art? Yes, sir. I do. No one says that. Actually, people always say that. I always see it on TikTok. People say, "Hey, did you do the better beef? The Bavol push-ups? You know, boom, 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 boom." But they don't. They think conditioning is useless. Do I do MMA? My goodness, look at your username. I can't even respond to you. Complete degenerates today. And a lot of people that need therapy, actually. What martial art do I practice? I've done many things. I mix it up. I like Kung Fu. I like MMA, which is boxing, Muay Thai, wrestling, Western boxing, Sanda, Sambo, okay, a little BJJ. It all works. Jeet Kune Do, which is mixture of many things, Savat, many things. But I'm not I don't just have one way, you know. What's not to like about the Dagestani fighters? They have great discipline, they have great conditioning, they're great wrestlers. If they had better striking, they would be crazy. Islam, yeah, he's the improvement, right? When I'm talking about before when Khabib got into MMA, you seen his boxing, it was, yeah. But we'll see. We'll see what the Dagestani fighters say. Listen, my friend, 15 years ago, all the rage was Brazilian fighters. Things change. Things change. Kickboxing better than MMA. That's pretty ignorant to say, seeing as a double leg will silence a kickboxer pretty fast. But don't get me wrong, I love stand and bang. Good morning, Anthony. Good to see you, brother. That's what I mean. It's kind of stupid to say that. Mr. Tommy, please seek therapy. I know you want to feel validation, but this is not the platform, my friend. You need to seek a therapist. Isn't beating a rock break your hands? Pretty bad for knuckles. My knuckles are fine. My hands, my fingers are straight. Yeah. I'm in my 30s. Somebody said that. Yeah, somebody. What did he say? Yeah, Mr. Braden, please. Braden, seek therapy. I know your mama didn't give you love, but you have to reconcile that, my friend, in your adulthood. People who don't understand what's going on, please stay ignorant. If you don't want to learn something, stay in the darkness. You will already have arthritis without training, Mr. MP. I don't know what your point is. You with your diet and your mindset, 100%. I know you guys want to feel validated. It's okay. I do this tomorrow. Not every day, no. It doesn't need to be done every day. If you're just starting out iron palm training, you need to do this every day. But that's because you're using lesser dense elements like rice, beans, right? Check out my playlist. I have the full instructional video. I have the video how to start iron palm training, and I have a video explaining the science behind it. Leave a like, leave any kind of feedback, any kind of questions, I always answer. If you really want to know more about iron palm prisms, check out my playlist. I explain a lot more there. Check out the video, the Shaolin Bio Armor. Wing Chun is good, but Wing Chun doesn't have the iron palm, unfortunately. Again, bone density is only one piece of the puzzle. The other pieces, I explain it in my playlist. Check out my videos, please. And there are many other things that I do in my average day, like Qigong meditation, Qigong breathing exercises, mind exercises. Oh, you got into kickboxing. Very good. Kickboxing, I love. In 6 months, if you train very hard, you already know how to fight. What I mean by hard is training like 5 days a week. Mr. Clement, it seems stupid, I understand. I don't get offended at that. But if you want to know more, check out my playlist. I really explain the theories behind iron palm training, not just hitting something hard and getting some tougher bones, or increasing your skin thickness. There's real science that goes behind this. One law that everyone is aware of is called Wolff's Law. There is another law that people never say. It's called Davis's Law. And then there's even more deeper things that happen. Because even if my bones are thick, bones don't protect your capillaries, they don't protect your nerves, they don't protect many things actually that's so small in your hands, the ligaments, the tendons. So I couldn't really smash my back fist, which I'm doing here, right? Even if my bones are thick, that means there's something else happening. Buddha meditation, that's good. My hands are killing me right now from a long career of hitting a heavy bag, which is why I made that statement. Understood. I understand that. See? Before I got into Qigong, my shoulders were finished. My shoulders were destroyed from all the punching, all the ricochet that goes up to all the way to your central nervous system, to your spine. Shin hardening, I will do a video soon, but certain videos I can't do because this is for inner door students. There's no point to bring this out for free because everybody else has some way to do it, and it's not the exact correct way. They'll just tell you to roll your shin. Rolling your shin is not conditioning, guys. Why do I say that? Because if you're checking a kick, especially someone's bare shin kick, not with shin pads, but with their shin bone, that is impact. That's not rolling. You don't get the same stimulation from rolling. Okay, you need something impact for real conditioning. And Mr. Clement, I think you will benefit from one of my videos, how to make your own herbal liniment, basic liniment. Okay, what they call Ditta Jiao, herbal liniment medicine. Check it out. It's on my playlist. Kick in the bag is good for shins, but that's only basic conditioning. When you first start training, you run, which when you run, of course, we know that this makes the shin bone denser and the tissue denser. Kick in the heavy bag, kick in pads, but because, you know, the density of the leather and whatever material is inside the bag. Nowadays, heavy bags, they're not filled with sand anymore. Okay, this bag here that I have, right there, the red bag, okay? That bag, as you see, the bottom is taped because the sand condensed and it's so thick and dense it feels like you're kicking a rock. After hitting bags, hitting pads, running, you need a different level of conditioning, especially if you're fighting real people like Thai boxers who condition their shins on bamboo, banana trees, things like that. Padded pole kicks from my shins. I hear you. Various methods, but I can give one straight method that will give you great benefits in 30 days. Within 30 days, your shins will be different. But it takes discipline and persistence. And of course, you have to walk through the door of pain. A lot of people don't like that pain on their shins. I get it. I used to play soccer as a kid. You needed shin pads for a reason. That feeling of, is it safe? Is what safe? The shin conditioning? If you do it the right way, if you do it the correct way, just like when someone says, is this safe? Okay, you need to understand the correct method. You need to understand the correct method, because you have, just like on your hands, you have on your shins blood vessels, you have your nerves, of course, tissue, and of course your bone, which all are susceptible to damage, right? So you need to know what you're doing, how you're training. Train smart. I actually have the video of me conditioning on this channel. But if you want to see a quick video of me conditioning my shins, go to TikTok. My name is the same as my channel here on TikTok. And it's the first pinned video. This is called Iron Palm Training. If you want to know more, check out my playlist. Do I watch Gabriel Varga? No, sir. I assume that's an MMA fighter. I don't watch MMA anymore, unfortunately. Or for me, fortunately. But okay, I'll check them out. Got to go. I'm fasting and will break my fast. That's good. I'm fasting as well. 6-time world, okay, 6-time kickboxing champion. Okay. Do I go for reps or time? I go for time now. When you first start, you gotta do by each strike. Again, I have a video how to start iron palm training if you want to check it out. Okay, you can start your own iron palm journey. And then again, in 30 days, even if you're hitting rice, guys, I know it's not stone and it doesn't seem dense, but you will have a different. Yeah, of course. That's what I mean, the basics, right? That's if, you know, each teacher has their own way, their own method, each system, each Kung Fu lineage, they have their own way. Bowl of water, because water is more dense than concrete. But after that, yeah, you start with, you get a cotton bag, right? They call it a cotton pillow. Okay, something like this. In here is not rice. Or even these wall bags, right? These ones. This is called like a cotton pillow in Kung Fu. So you start with that. What about reflexes? Is there a way to train on your own? Of course. Reflexes you can do double end bag. And I have my own little, I'm going to train this after. If you are curious, where is this guy here? Right, this is a real reflex ball. It's just a baseball, right? Drill a hole through it, but you get this elastic bungee. And this is a small target. Your eyes have to focus. You can build very, very, very high level eye-hand coordination. Very high level. And of course, you do your pad work. You do your pads, you have your partner throw out jabs, crosses, you work your slips, your weaves, and you do your sparring, which is the most important. Okay? Thanks for the likes, guys. I appreciate it. Yes, that's one part of it. That's actually a very good observation, Mr. Brimstone. A very good observation, because the boxer's fracture, as people should know, starts from here. Okay, this is the boxer fracture. So supplementing here, and the fact that if you're an MMA fighter or just a martial artist, you understand the importance of a hammer fist, how you can hammer fist people from standing position. Even if someone has a top mount, you can hammer fist somebody from the bottom. Okay. That's why when I see people say, why do you train the hammer fist? It's useless. I laugh. It's actually hilarious. You should use dry beans to strengthen your hands. Mr. Joker, I've already mentioned this multiple times. That is the beginner level. If somebody wants to start iron palm training, I show you this in my playlist. You can go check it out. Even if it's not maximal power, there's almost... Thank you, appreciate it. Again, how do you compare beans to granite? Yeah, I have also how to strengthen your wrists and your hands as well, different exercises. But the main thing, if your wrists are hurting you, they're killing you, try to get some medicine. Try to see. Mr. Joker, you're a omen nomen. That's why your name is Joker, my friend. You don't have any kind of conditioning. I don't know why you're talking. I should see your wrists, but your channel has nothing, so I guess we'll never see your hands, Mr. Joker. Yeah. My hands are gonna break soon. Interesting. Mr. Denial, what can I say? Look at your name. Some of you guys just really have your own mindset as your name. Oh my gosh. I'm glad that people come here to feel validated. I'm very glad that you get an ego boost and you feel important because you share your opinion. Wonderful. But please showcase your work, what you do. I explain everything in my playlist. If you want to check out why this is not dangerous, check out my playlist. If done correctly. The no-touch KOs are BS. That's what I find BS. I find kind of Aikido, because Aikido was made for samurai. When the samurai loses his sword, okay, and another samurai or some warrior coming at them with a weapon, and they use their momentum against them, but now they made it into this fantasy bare knuckle system that clearly doesn't work because they don't even focus on strikes. But again, it is still useful, okay? I can't say a system is BS because in ancient times when we were living in family to family, a village, a town, a city, etc., and somebody came, they would have to defend themselves, and that's how the majority of systems originated, right? For literal life or death defense. So how can you blame a system for that? Not true. That's judo. Actually, I don't know what you're talking about because Aikido was created for samurai. That's why it's Japanese. Judo is much more effective than Aikido, but again, with Judo, you should know some wrestling and grappling as well because Judo is not the end all be all. Judo is an amazing, amazing tool to have. Okay, the conditioning, the old school judokas are crazy with the conditioning. Okay, and the techniques are amazing, right? But you need to know some other tricks. Say, what part of punch mechanics do you advise refining? Hip rotation, stance, or recoil? Hip rotation, of course, you should know that. That is basic. And stance is something that should be taught to you at the very beginning. I don't know why boxer coaches this or kickboxing, whatever, they start with showing you all these different techniques and different drills when your stance is not on point. Your stance should be on point to the point where you're balanced. And somebody tries to push you in your balance, you don't fall over. And then you can start with your jab, your cross, etc. So I wouldn't worry if you're a beginner, don't worry about punching power or any of that. Train your skills, build up your skills, and then from your skills you can build up your different attributes, i.e. speed, power. It is step one, but the thing is a lot of people they go too fast, they train too fast, okay, and a lot of times it's a coach's fault. And a lot of times we go to a gym, it's not even the coach training you, of course, because I get it, the class is 30, 40 people, so they have their advanced students teaching you, but you can't keep an eye on everybody. Yes, I understand samurais did judo, but I'm talking about Aikido. Look up the history of Aikido. Aikido is this. That's why they have the katana, they have the wooden sword, okay, the Aikidos. Aikido actually still trains with the swords. I used to play piano. What did Tom say? Oh, Tom. Yeah, Tom is cooked. Oh, that's hilarious. That's what I mean. Omen nomen. good for today. You ever train at an actual gym? Of course. That's where you have to learn how to fight. I'm in my 30s, guys. I spent my early 20s doing many things. This is called herbal liniment medicine. Okay. For what I was just doing, iron palm training. Again, go check out my playlist if you're curious. I explain a lot there. No problem. I just do iron palm training, actually. I just did it. Yeah. Do I lift weights? I don't lift weights anymore, actually. I have various weights. I have 265s here. I have 240s, and I have 230s. I have some kettlebell. But the real star that I love is, if you can see in the back there, I have two mace bells. One is 15 pounds, one is 25 pounds. That is the only weights that I need. I really, really, really love mace bell. Can you show or tell me how to do a strong jab? My jab seems to be weak. Are you southpaw or orthodox? Mace clubs, mace bell. Mace bell. Even to just hold this like this, you will know the effort. You're lefty, you're like me, you're southpaw. So for your jab, it just depends. I don't know how your stance is. Make sure you're balanced, okay? So make sure you're not too narrow to where you're like this. Make sure you're balanced, of course. Have your elbow in here, and you're shooting it straight. What I can recommend, if you want some oomph, some little extra power, you turn at the end, okay? Right at the end, you turn, okay? And that's what I mean here. I'll show you. This is just one piece of advice. But as you see here, if you're just shooting your jab and there's no power and you want a little extra power, just turn it. Just turn it. And then of course you have to take into account if you're doing plyometrics. Okay, are you doing any kind of medicine ball? Are you doing your diamond push-ups? Okay, are you doing something to increase your power in general? How long did it take you to collect? It took a few years, actually. It took a few years. My friend, you can rewind this. I have to get started with my program. So just do the hip for the straight. And again, you mentioned the hip. You think of the jab and cross as a bow and arrow, right? They even have the saying, the bow and arrow jab, where they, right, they go here, they go really like this, like deep. See? So you extend your hips out, right? You shoot it, and then once you do that, you shoot it, you're already in line for your cross, right? Once you go, because you're here, the natural thing to do is boom, boom, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, right? Focus on that. And I would actually add some plyometrics. Add some plyometrics. Do you train your mace for more shoulders? It's both. I can tell you that the mace bell works everything. The mace bell works your grip strength and grip endurance, 2 different things. It trains your shoulders to be bulletproof, literally. Not literally, but you know what I mean. And you get a bigger core set up here, especially your chest, your traps, your shoulders, your upper back. You become more bigger. 15 pounds will do that. But if you really want more power, explosive power, that's what the 25 or 20, 25, and then of course 30 pounds, you're training already plyometrics or power, okay? Remember, strength and power are 2 different things. Strength is the ability to lift heavy things. Power is how fast you lift them, okay? The explosiveness. That's the difference between the 2. Oh yeah, 100%. That's what I mean. Look, this is 15 pounds. When people ask me, what do I start off with? I tell them, start off with a 15-pound mace, and they're like, 15 pounds? I curl 40, 50 pounds with dumbbells. It's not the same thing. It is not the same thing. It is completely 2 different worlds apart. So this turns into cardiovascular benefits, strength and endurance all in one. Mr. Andrew, please, I know you feel validated, but seek a hug from your mother first, please. How do you do palm strike? Depends what kind of palm strike. Again, people that don't realize what the mace bell is for, I already know I can't argue with you because your IQ is just... There's no point to argue with those people because they live a troll's life. What martial art are you training for? I train Kung Fu. Hey Ninja, what's up, bro? Good to see you. Again, guys, the mace bell, somebody asked about the grip as well. This works your grip like nothing else. Just holding it just like this, right? just center. Then you can do other things like twist. Here. This works your wrist as well. The mace, I just explained, the mace is all in one. Power, strength, endurance, and cardiovascular benefits because your heart starts pumping. So that was 15, now we're doing the 25 pounds. Oh, here's the 25 guy. This is a different monster. You look like a Viking. Is there any way to come better? No, Qigong is completely different. Qigong is not fighting. Qigong is not, yeah, it's not technique. What I can tell you is if you go to the beginning of my live, I always do a Qigong, like especially this live. You can rewatch it again. Right at the beginning, I do a Qigong set. This is hard Qigong for fighting. There are certain movements that replicate fighting, but it's not for that. It's specifically to pump your body, to pump your hormones, to pump your vital yang qi, the hard qi. Can I show Kung Fu on the bag? Not today, because I've already been training. I've been live for hour 22. I have some other things to do, but yeah, I have a whole channel. You can check out some of my stuff. So you asked if I stay loose or tense. Whenever you're training, don't stay tense. You can't stay tense. Tense is only for a moment. Being tense is only for a moment. I appreciate the likes, guys. Thank you so much. Yeah. Okay, let's do the 25. We do both sides. Whew. So that is the 25 pound. Again, that's way more weight, so a lot more strength benefits. But again, as you see, my breath, my heart rate went up, so that's cardiovascular benefits. And of course, your grip endurance and endurance in general, because you feel the burn. Hello from Rome. How much I weigh? I'm 185, 188, around there. Do I train regularly? Yes, this is my lifestyle. Even if I didn't have a gym, there are ways I can train. The gym and the equipment are a blessing. But Shaolin Kung Fu offers so many ways to train. Never forget that the biggest thing to train is your mind. The mind is the driver of the body. Let's do some double end bag. Actually, let me do it this way. Cool, cool, cool. Do some Cobra bag. My friend, you don't even train Logan. I don't know why you're typing. What an embarrassing thing to do. Okay. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Leave your feedback and questions, anything you have. And check out my playlist. The playlists offer a lot of information. Let's see, is the camera angle good? Yeah, it's pretty good. Thank you. Someone said don't train in your socks. You're right, we actually train barefoot. But some of you guys actually need boxing gear to fight. Never forget that. Right? If you're coming into a situation, hey, I didn't train with shoes on. I trained with boxing shoes on. Please. No, I'm actually using a baseball, Mr. Big Smoke. Please open your eyes. Open your eyes, brother. And most importantly, train yourself. Show some commitment. This is called eye-hand coordination. I know you don't know what that means, but that's okay. That's why we're here to learn. That is always fun. Big smoke, yeah. Hey, man. All right, guys. Thank you so much for today. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Check out my playlist. Thank you for the views and the likes. Have a wonderful day, guys. See you tomorrow. I'll be live tomorrow.